Subscriber milestone videos are weird for me since they're indulgent, unnecessary, and usually don't fit the theme of a channel unless you're a vlogger of some sort. So today, for the 10,000 subscriber special, that's a couple thousand too late, we'll do something equally indulgent and unnecessary, and that's talk about my top 3 favorite dumb builds that I love to play even though they're, well, absolute garbage. Number 1, the Zealot Necromancer. Far from the most asinine of the builds on this list, the melee Necromancer can take several forms, from the super joked about Poison Dagger Necromancer to the scythe-wielding Lord of Death, or even the actually effective melee Commander, though that last one is more of a summoner than melee. But weirdly enough, what I've been fascinated with trying to get to work over the years is the Zealot Necromancer, which, while nowhere near as strong as the Zealchantress or an actual Zealot Paladin, it does bring with it some unique functions and challenges, with the main goal of getting a Passion Phaseblade, enough attack speed to cap ourselves out, and the rest towards Crushing Blow and damage boosts. It surprisingly can beat Hell Bale, and with bone armor it can be relatively tanky. And we could even lump builds like the Warrior Princess Amazon in with this as well, but I just find them less fun than the Zealot Necromancer, since I just really do enjoy playing Necromancer a lot. Number 2, the Pacifist. Generally, this is limited to the Pacifist Paladin, though there is a Pacifist Sorceress, and you could, if you were extremely patient, even do a Pacifist Druid, though I don't really recommend that. This type of dumb build intrigues me a lot in a lot of games. Basically, the goal is to not actively do any direct damage or even cast abilities like curses at enemies, yet still beat the game. With the changes in 2.4, namely to Thorns, this build actually became more viable, even if no less silly. Generally relying on farming chests for your starter skulls for retaliation damage, then moving on to the Thorn skill, and then finally chance to cast when struck for dealing with extra pesky enemies like Desace. The Pacifist Paladin can actually beat the game, at least on normal and nightmare, provided you get enough resist, life, and patience to slowly claw your way through all the painful foes in the game, without raising a single finger. It's a similar principle for the Sorceress, but you use cold armors, and the Druid, well, you need even more patience since Spirit of the Barbs is going to take you forever to get. And no matter which one you choose, it's usually an exercise in masochism if you decide to try to take it through hell. And finally, number 3, the You're Not an Amazon build. Pretty much this is building any character with a bow that is not an Amazon, of which I have done with every class in the game, and some are definitely not stupid, like one of my favorites, the Bow Sorceress. But there are fun variants of this for pretty much every class, with the Bow Necro using Brand for crazy spears like you see in the background, the Ranger Paladin that we covered recently able to augment it with auras, the Druid able to shapeshift with bows for an indestructible weapon, which is actually not that dumb of a build, the Assassin with her Venom skill for poison arrows, which is highly ineffective but still kind of funny, or even the Barbarian for the loudest bow user in the game thanks to using all the yelling to kind of make it possible. There really isn't a tried and true method for building most of these characters, but they are one of my favorites because they require you to think outside the box for each of them to really pull off something that is hell viable without taking a year and a half to clear anything. So what are your guilty pleasure dumb as hell builds, and would you actually want to see guides on some of the ones mentioned here, or do you just prefer the meta? Mention it down below, and as always, thanks for all the support, and keep gaming, have fun, and peace out. This has been Alzorath. Bye.